2 a.m. mirror moment. Your baby is not broken. You are not doing anything wrong. But there is one thing that nobody, not your doctor, not your mother, not a single parenting book, has told you yet. And once you hear it, tonight could actually feel different. Because right now, every single night, millions of parents are doing the exact same thing, waiting until their baby is completely, deeply, peacefully asleep, holding their breath, moving in slow motion toward the crib, lowering them down with the precision of a bomb disposal expert. And then the second their back touches the mattress, those eyes fly open and the screaming begins. If you are watching this right now, exhausted, maybe holding your baby on your chest at this very moment, because that is the only place they will sleep, stay with me. Because what you are about to find out is not a tip. It is not a trick. It is the biological reason this is happening, backed by science, and it changes everything about how you see this moment, why your baby is wired this way. Researchers in Japan found something that reframes this completely. Your baby's nervous system is not reacting to you leaving. It is reacting to survival. The moment your body heat disappears, the moment your heartbeat goes silent, the moment your scent pulls away, a brain that has never once experienced the world without those three things present simultaneously does not register that as bedtime. It registers that as danger. And here is the part that stopped researchers cold. This is not emotional, it is not about mood, it is not about your baby's personality or your parenting. It is physiological, hardwired. The same alarm that kept our ancestors alive on the open savanna fires the second the mattress replaces your chest. Your baby is not being difficult. Your baby's brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. But here is what that actually means for you. If this response is biological, if it is this deeply hardwired, can it actually be worked with? Can you use the same science that explains the problem to solve it? Yes. And that is exactly what shifts when you understand what your baby is trying to tell you before the crying even starts. If something just clicked, if the last 2 minutes finally made sense of the last few weeks of your life, this is what we do here. Real science, real baby behavior, no guessing at 3 a.m., no outdated advice from people who mean well but got it wrong. Subscribe so you do not miss what is coming next. Because the next part is where this stops being fascinating and starts being something you can actually use tonight. What your baby is actually telling you. Most parents are waiting for the cry. But by the time the cry starts, your baby has already been talking to you for 30 seconds. Neonatal behavior researchers at Harvard Medical School identified something that changes the way you watch your baby forever, and once you see it, you will never unsee it. Before the cry, before the red face, before the lungs open up, your baby sends 4 signals in sequence. First, the arms stiffen suddenly. Then the fingers curl into tight fists. The back arches slightly away from the mattress. And the breathing, it shifts from slow and deep to shallow and rapid. That sequence, right there, is your baby saying "I need you" before a single sound leaves their mouth. These are called pre-cry stress cues, and they are not random, they are not coincidence. They are your baby's first language. The cry is not the beginning of the communication. The cry is the final alarm after every earlier signal went completely unanswered. And the parents who learn to read these 4 cues, they do not just respond faster. They start to feel something shift between them and their baby. A conversation begins, a real one, and once you see it the first time, you will wonder how you ever missed it. What happens in the brain when you don't respond? Here is something most parenting content will never tell you because it makes people uncomfortable. What happens in your baby's brain when no one responds is not just about comfort. It is structural. When your baby's stress response activates, their brain releases cortisol, the primary stress hormone. And in an adult body, cortisol rises, falls, and the brain manages it. But in a newborn, whose brain is growing at a speed it will never reach again in their entire lifetime, cortisol does not just cause discomfort. This goes beyond sleep. This is brain architecture. Studies published in the journal Developmental Psychobiology found that newborns who experienced frequent unresponded stress showed measurable differences in cortisol regulation. Differences researchers connected to heightened anxiety responses later in childhood. But here is what that data actually means for you as a parent sitting here right now. Every time you followed that instinct, every time something in you said pick them up and you listened to it, you were not being weak. You were not spoiling them. You were not creating a bad habit. You were protecting the most important neurological window in your child's entire life. Your instinct to pick them up has always been right. The science just finally caught up to what you already felt. And now that you understand why, let's talk about what actually works. Right now in the comments below, I want you to tell me, how many crib transfer attempts did you make last night? Just drop your number. Because that number is going to make you feel a whole lot less alone than you feel right now. I will be reading every single one. And if your number is in double digits, just know you are in very good company. What actually works, and why here is what the research actually points to, and why each one works on a neurological level. The first is skin-to-skin contact, not just as a bonding ritual, but as a genuine chemical intervention. Skin-to-skin directly triggers oxytocin release in both you and your baby. And oxytocin does one very specific thing that matters most right now. It suppresses cortisol. It does not just soothe. It chemically interrupts the stress response your baby's brain just fired. The second is heartbeat mimicry. A white noise machine set between 60 and 80 beats per minute, placed near the sleep space, reactivates the precise sensory environment your baby spent 9 months inside. Their nervous system recognizes it. The threat detection response quiets. And the third, the one that changes the crib transfer for so many parents, is the warm surface technique. Place a heating pad on the crib mattress for 10 minutes before transfer. Remove it completely before you put your baby down. That single step eliminates the sudden temperature drop that your baby's nervous system reads as abandonment the moment their back hits a cold sheet. Parents who try this for the first time often say the same thing, "I cannot believe that was it." Something that simple. 10 minutes and a heating pad. 3 tools, all of them backed by real science. All of them working with your baby's biology instead of against it. And none of them requiring you to leave your baby to cry it out alone in the dark. The spoiling myth. Before we finish, I need to dismantle the most damaging piece of parenting advice ever passed down through generations. You cannot spoil a newborn. Full stop. The concept of spoiling requires the cognitive ability to manipulate, and the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for intentional manipulative behavior, is not even close to functional in the first year of life. The American Academy of Pediatrics has confirmed this. The UK's NSPCC has confirmed this. Decades of attachment research has confirmed this. Here is what the science says clearly. When you respond to your baby's cry, you are not creating a bad habit. You are building secure attachment. The single most researched predictor of emotional resilience, social confidence, and mental health across your child's entire life. So the next time someone tells you that you are holding your baby too much, you now have the neuroscience, the pediatric research, and the attachment literature to know exactly what you are doing and exactly why it matters. You are not spoiling your baby. You are building them. If you are still holding your baby right now, good. You now know exactly why that matters more than anyone ever told you. That moment you have lived every single night, the slow motion walk, the held breath, the careful lowering, that is not you failing at sleep training. That is you responding to one of the most profound biological needs your child will ever have. Share this with one parent who needs to hear it tonight, because somewhere right now someone is sitting in the dark thinking they are failing. And they are not. They are just missing this. The next video is right there when you are ready.